Okay friends, today I'm going to show you how you can easily make homemade yogurt. And I'm going to do vanilla yogurt in your crock pot. And it's very, very simple. So I'm using a gallon of milk. I know a lot of recipes, they do half gallon, but I'm going to use an entire gallon of milk. And my milk I left set out for about 45 minutes so it got to room temperature. And that's what helps speed this process up. So I'm going to pour this entire gallon of milk in my crock pot. I got it plugged in and I got it set at high. I don't want to make a big mess. And I got a big 8-quart crock pot. Perfect. And I've got a lot of people in my family who love this. So when I make this, I got to make a lot of it. Okay? So that's all we do. This is going to take about 2 to 2.5 hours because my milk is at room temperature. So this is going to take about 2 to 2.5 hours to reach 180 degrees. So when I get to that point, I will bring you back and I'll show you our next step. Okay friends, this is at 180 degrees. Let's see. I will show you. It goes down so quick. But it is. It's at 180 degrees. So we are going to turn that off. And we are going to let that get down. It's going to take a little bit because I'm just going to let it cool right here in the crock pot. So it's probably going to take a couple hours to cool down. And when it cools down to about 110 degrees, that's when I'm going to add my vanilla and my sugar and my yogurt starter. And I took the yogurt starter out of the fridge so it will be nice and room temperature. So, when that gets to 110, I'll be back. Okay friends, this has cooled down to about 110 degrees. And I skimmed off the little bit of skin that was on the top of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a little bit in this dish. And this is going to be for my yogurt. And my yogurt has live cultures in it. And I'm going to put this whole thing right in here. Because there's not much in it. But it won't hurt it. I'm going to mix that all up really good. Okay. Now I'm going to put a good ½ cup of sugar in here because I am making the vanilla. Okay. And I'm going to put two good tablespoons of vanilla. Alright, now I'm going to put this yogurt in here. Okay, and I'm just going to mix this. You can see that. I'm just going to mix this real carefully. Because I definitely want that. I don't want the sugar to be laying on the bottom. I want it to dissolve. And I don't feel it anymore on there, so we're good. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to slide this over. And I'm going to lay this big towel out. Right here. Okay. I'm going to put this crock right on there. I'm going to put my lid on there. And I'm just going to wrap this all up. Nice and snug. And it's just going to stay right here on the counter for about 10 to 12 hours. Okay. And that's where it's going to stay. Nice and cozy and happy while it incubates. So in about 10 to 12 hours, I'll bring you back and we'll show you just how wonderful this turns out. Okay, friends, right here, this has been incubating for about 14 hours now. So I do believe it's done. And what I'm going to do is I lined a strainer, and oh, wait a minute. I lined a strainer with one of my towels that I only use for food. And I'm going to scoop this in here. I'm going to save the whey, anything that drips out. I'm going to save that and give that to my chickens. But I'm going to put this in here. Look how thick and beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous. But I'm going to just put that in there. And I'm going to let some of this drain off there. And it'll thicken it up a little more too. This is gorgeous. This turned out beautiful. And it smells wonderful. Nice and vanilla. I love it. And this looks like a lot. And it is. I made it with a gallon of milk. However, it won't last long because my entire family loves this stuff. Okay? So we're just going to put that in there. And we're going to let that drain. I've got to fix this because I don't want that. Alright, I probably ought to leave that last little bit here. Maybe I can get it in there. Alright, that's going to stay just like that. And I'm going to let that drain for a few hours. And when that's all done, and a few hours has passed, I'll bring it back and I'll show you just how I put it in my jars and store it. Hey friends, this is nice and thick. And it drained for a couple hours. Look at that. And it'll get even thicker as it cools. So I'm going to put it in my jars. My grandbaby. My grandbaby, she's not having a fit, she's just out there making all kinds of noise. And I'll send some of this home with my mother and she'll love it. And that's all I do. I just put it in the jars just like that. Well, I'll wipe the jar off when I'm all done. They turn out beautiful. This is the easiest way to make yogurt. And it's wonderful. Absolutely. So there you have it, friends. I hope you give this recipe a try. I'll put the recipe for it right here in the video. And make sure you give it a whirl. You're going to love it. It's going to save you a load of money from buying it too. Beautiful. Look at that absolutely gorgeous yogurt. Alright friends, there you have it. Thanks for watching.